Yo, what is good, beautiful people? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the channel. Okay, so today's video is like completely different from my other videos. This is strictly gems. So if you're interested in learning, if you're interested in just finding out some gems for yourself, if you're interested in all that good stuff, then you're gonna wanna stick around and see the rest of this video. I know a lot of people wanna grow on social platforms like Instagram and Twitter and TikTok and stuff like that. My boy Beatz by Danny is interviewing me in this video and he's asking some really good questions that I think you guys can take a lot out of. So don't take this video for granted. Take out your notepad and enjoy the rest of this video. Let's go.
Hey, what's going on, RMC? Can you give yourself a quick intro, let the people know who you are and a little bit about yourself and your background?
Well, first of all, I go by the name of Rmc Beatz, but in reality, my name is Raul. I don't think I've ever said that anywhere. But yeah, man, I'm just a producer like a lot of you guys that watch Danny's content. I know you guys trying to sell beats online and trying to grow yourself on maybe on social media, on Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, whatever it is that you're using. And I'm lucky enough to have grown to at least 50,000 followers over the past, I would say, almost 3 years already. So it's been a grind, but I'm really grateful, that's been able to happen.
Dope, man. Yeah. And for those of you guys on RMC's channel who don't know me, I'm Beatz by Danny. I am a Mexican-American producer. I like saying that a lot, making hip-hop, R&B, pop music. And I have about 18,000 followers on Instagram. I met RMC back when he had 9,000, I think. So when did you start making content on Instagram? Like, how long have you been doing it?
I started making content, like, literally, I could name the date. Well, maybe not the exact date, but the month was February 2018. So
oh, wow.
That was my first post. You guys can still go back and check that out. I haven't deleted anything. So yeah, it's my first post. I just started making a beat on top of a loop on GarageBand, and after that, I just kept posting. After that, it was I like that people were engaging with me. It was something new to me, so I really enjoyed that part of it and showing off my studio and stuff like that. Yeah.
When did you know that you had something that like people wanted to listen to, right? Because people can just like post to Instagram, but like, how did you know that you like stumbled on like something that people wanted to see?
Yeah, that's a very good question, actually. I think I noticed it and stumbled upon it. When you post on Instagram, it's very fast. People start engaging quickly, so you start liking and they start, commenting, and everything was positive. So I said, man, like, why not continue doing this? I mean, there's always that question. People are very skeptical and they're very shy and they're very nervous and scared about posting their stuff online. But then when all the content that's put out nowadays, it sounds cliche, but it's the truth. It says just start. Like, you just got to start posting content no matter what, no matter how you feel about it. It doesn't even matter if you're scared. You still got to do it. Like, that's how I felt.
What are the top 3 things you try to make sure you do in every post? Whether it's like your strategy for like getting more exposure, or even just like how you set up your shots and things like that?
That's a very good question. That's going into details already. I would say that the very first thing I've noticed in the beginning, I don't know so much now. I don't know if it's because now I have a bigger following, but before, in the beginning, I would post always horizontally, like long form. I feel like, because I felt like if people were scrolling through their feed, they would just, if you had a not horizontal, I meant vertical, my bad. If you had like a horizontal post, then they'll skip through it really quick. But if you had a vertical, if you're like, because everybody holds their phone like this, and so if they're scrolling, and if it's vertical, it's gonna take them longer to scroll past your post. So I feel like it covered most of the screen. I felt that was a really good strategy in the beginning, because people want to see this. People's attention span is like literally 0.2 seconds, bro.
Yeah.
So like, I'm like, okay, I gotta make sure somebody's watching this, so it makes them like stop, and it gives them more time to, believe it or not, like it goes as deep as into psychology. It does. Like, people are just scrolling through and they want something that pops up. Same thing with thumbnails on YouTube. That's why they say focus so much on the thumbnails, because they gotta pop up. I would say that, and using the right hashtags. Honestly, that's probably like the main thing that you got to focus on Instagram. That's what I think.
Interesting. Yeah, the hashtags took me quite a bit to figure out actually. Like it probably took me like maybe like a year to actually figure out how to even use hashtags or what they meant. I was probably using them really incorrectly at first. Um, the other thing I try to make sure I always do is I try to make sure that I set the camera in a good place, because like a lot of people have really dope beats, but then when you look at their like setup, it's not like interesting to look at. There's like no lights. I noticed once I got
Yeah.
lights, like my posts went crazy. Like
Yeah.
the colored lights and things like that. Like everyone just like looking at my studio. So figuring out like small little things like that along the way, I think really help. And I think that's a real gem for a lot of producers, is like make sure you think about how your setup looks when you're shooting your video. You know, you've skyrocketed to like 50,000 followers. Like I literally remember like you having 9,000 followers like it was yesterday.
That's crazy.
But let's like talk a little bit about like what have been some of the like positives of you gaining such a big following, you know? So, you know, what are some of the things that come with gaining following on Instagram as a producer?
You know, I hate to say this. I really hate to say it, but it's more attention towards you, your brand. You know,
Mhm.
I feel like Instagram is not the best platform right now at the moment to grow as like organically,
Mhm.
because man, I feel like it's a struggle right now. I mean, it's still possible, but you got to make really good ass content. Like it has to be like really good. It can't be it can't be half-assed at all anymore.
Yeah.
You know,
Mhm.
and some people, just because they have a bigger following now, they can post whatever they want. But one of the big advantages, I feel like people take me a little bit more serious. That could be
Mhm.
one. A second thing would be when I reach out to artists, or or people with that want consultations and they see my posts. It's like a resume, almost.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
I see it almost like as my resume. This is all my posts. This is my works. These are the people engaging with me. This is what you see. This is me, and this is what I
Mhm.
represent. And then on top of that, if you say, for instance, if I had 7,000 followers, which is still a lot, right? 7,000 followers is a lot. There's
Mhm.
7,000 people you're talking about. And if somebody goes to my page and sees that, to some people, 7,000 will be like, wow, like I need to follow this guy, right? And to
Mhm.
some other
Yeah.
people, will be like, he only has 7,000, right? So I really think it's up to the person that has to really, find it in themselves to be like, okay, what is meaningful to them.
Yeah.
The bigger your following is, the more credit you'll get, the more serious people will take you. And also, don't buy followers, because you can easily tell when
Mhm.
people have fake accounts. Like, you can just
Yeah.
easily tell with all the engagement. It's just
Yeah, their
noticeable.
engagement's down and things like that. Yeah.
Yeah, so I would say just that, man. More attention and more possibilities with brands, especially. You see, like this mic, you
Mhm.
know what I mean? this mic,
Yeah.
this mic was given to me.
Yeah.
I
Actually,
got
my studio lights I got through like
Novastella.
Instagram too. Yeah.
Man, see, so same here. All my lights that you see, it's through Novastella. And
Yeah.
shout out to Novastella. They're dope. Their
Yeah.
lighting is dope, And then I got some Edifier speakers right now too. I've gotten mouse, keyboards, interface, all, and you name it. You know what I mean? And all they want is to just give them like for you to do a giveaway, or show
Mhm.
them some support. Whatever.
Mhm.
So that's also,
Yeah.
like, I saved big bucks on a couple of things.
Yeah. Man, you dropped mad gems in that actually. All right, I want to talk a little bit about like not even disadvantages, but some of the things that discourage me sometimes that I think like would be good to talk about and like learn if any of this applies to you. So one thing that like I really struggle with is like now that I have the following, driving them on Instagram to do other things. So like right now I'm releasing a lot of singles on Spotify, and you know it's just Beats by Danny on Spotify, and that's literally all people have to search for. And I have the swipe up feature, and I try to get people to swipe up and go to my Spotify, and I get like two or three people swipe up out of like the full 18,000, you know.
Yep.
And I know there's a lot of factors that go into that, but
Yeah, so the conversion rate is terrible, bro. Like
yeah,
it's so terrible. I
it's so
mean,
bad.
it's to a point where it makes sense though. I mean,
Mhm.
I see it, like Larry O has said this before too. Like, if you need to have, that's why he has so many followers.
Mhm.
You need at least 10% of your followers to be really loyal to you, shop your merch,
Mhm.
and be downloading your kids, shopping your kids, doing all that stuff in
Mm-hmm.
order for it to work. And for that
Mm-hmm.
to work, you need a whole lot of followers. Now there
Yeah.
has been cases in other Instagram, content creators or whatever, that they have a little bit of following, they're making a ton of money, but their niche is completely different than ours.
What advice would you give someone that's just starting out, like knowing what you know now, or even just like the climate of now? Like, what are some things that you think would benefit some, like a producer who wants to get started posting right now?
If their focus was mainly in growing a following, obviously I feel like content is the key. Like
Mm-hmm.
some people, I don't think they've captured yet, like what world we live in nowadays. But
Mm-hmm.
like this is the new TV. Like content creating is the new cable. Like it is the new everything.
Mm-hmm.
So like back then, how we used to see people on TV all the time, we're like, wow, we go crazy for them. We're like, he's always on TV. He's always. Now
Mm-hmm.
this is it. There's a lot of people famous on YouTube, and they throw these
Yeah.
events, and like thousands of people show up. I'm like, and they're screaming for them. I'm like, okay, so that's just
Yeah.
goes to show you that this is the new TV. So TV is huge now. It's content
Mm-hmm.
on our phones. You want to start. You're gonna start off. You want to post content. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
frequently, frequently.
Mm-hmm.
You got to post almost every single day. You cannot be half-assing it. If you're gonna half-ass, you're gonna see half-ass results. That's just simple and clear. Like I'm not even gonna
Yeah.
beat around the bush. That's just what it is. There's people that have been posting content for like days and weeks and months, and they don't see that the
Mm-hmm.
results they want. One of my dudes, and you know him, Adelante Music.
Yeah.
Shout out to Adelante.
Yeah. Shout out to Adelante. Yeah.
Yeah, that's my dude. Like he's been going so hard, and his content's so good, and I'm just like,
So
dude.
good.
I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, why are you not growing faster? And it just makes me
Yeah.
mad. Like,
Yeah.
give this guy Instagram. Please give this guy the credit he
Yeah.
deserves. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but if you guys don't know, go follow this dude. This dude, he, like, I could even say he inspires me because
Nice.
I admire him so much because he didn't stop. His following was not growing for a while. It was like, and all of a sudden he just right now he's gained so much more
Yeah.
in
He's
a
crushing
following.
it right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I've seen that, and I'm just like, it's because he didn't give up. Like he kept
Yeah.
going, he kept pushing, even though he didn't see numbers that much skyrocket or whatever, but he kept pushing it. And that's the thing.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do when your numbers are not going up? What are you gonna do when your numbers are stagnant? What are you gonna do? Are you gonna give up? Are you gonna fold the towel?
Mm-hmm.
That's what people do. They want to give
Yeah.
up so easily instead of
Facts.
I don't see a growth, but I'm gonna keep pushing because this is what I want to do. So
Yeah.
that's what it really comes down to. I feel like a lot of people struggle with that in the beginning. This is we're
Yeah.
talking about the topic. Start but
Yeah.
don't stop. Keep going.
Mm.
Pretty
Gem.
much. Yeah, man.
Start but don't stop. We should get a T-shirt.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's a really good gem, man. Because like, yeah, a lot of people do get discouraged by the numbers and things like that, and yeah, and I think Adelante, yeah, if people follow him, they could learn a lot from him because the reason he's growing right now, and I think this is my gem for people starting out. The reason he's growing right now is because he experimented. Like he didn't just stick to the content he was making. He started trying to figure out what content people want to see from him.
That's so
And that's
true.
when he really started exploding.
True.
And I think that's something a lot of people don't understand about even YouTube. Like me starting on YouTube, I just started posting started posting videos on how to sell beats, and those started working really well for me. Like I did cookups, and those weren't working well for me, and like now I have to figure out how to keep experimenting and like growing my fan base. So definitely experimentation is big. Like just because you aren't seeing success with one thing doesn't mean you can't be successful at something else. So
I think also too, to add to what you're saying, that's so true, and I agree 100%. I would say give value as much as you
mm-hmm.
can. Even if you're starting off, you feel like you don't know a lot. It doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
Just tell people what you do know. Just start off with what you do know. Like you don't have to know everything.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna learn more along the way. And you're gonna be able to give more value later on. But
Yeah.
just start off giving value. That's why people follow, because you're like you either inspire them, you entertain them, or you teach them something. Those three things. If you got either one of those, then you're good to go. Alright guys, that's it for this video. Hope you guys learned something today. I know this video was probably really helpful if you want to learn how to grow on Instagram and the pros and cons of Instagram and social platforms. But I hope you guys were able to take some of the pros of the conversation we just had. Go subscribe to my boy Beats by Danny. He's very smart. He's always dropping gems on how to sell beats as well. So you don't want to miss out on that. Anyways, don't forget to like and subscribe. Let me know if you guys want to see more of these type of videos as well once in a while. And like I always say, stay blessed and stay positive. It's your boy. I'm out. Peace.